Hello, my name is Larry Stanfield. I am one of the examiners for Examiner.com, and what I'm going to review in this video is it's going to be an overview of something called the Android Marketplace on the web. But as I'm going to refer to it in the video, I'm going to refer to it as the Android Web Store. Now, the Android Web Store is essentially like the marketplace on your phone. What it does is it allows you to download applications onto your phone, and applications are pretty much the main draw of the Android platform. It allows you to customize the phone the way you want to. The first thing you'll notice on the marketplace on the top right hand side is a search bar. This will allow you to search through the very vast catalog of applications on the marketplace, which is pretty convenient. Of course, the marketplace on the phone has this feature as well, but you have to click the search button on the phone in order to get it, whereas this one the search bar is literally built into the user interface itself. You may also notice a very large portion being taken up by essentially a slideshow. The slideshow represents applications that are currently being featured as applications that are currently being downloaded on the marketplace today. So these are currently the most popular applications being downloaded, and they're basically given a spotlight. You may also see feature applications through the Features tab for all the applications on the marketplace, and then you have the best-selling games as well. So you essentially have the best-selling or top downloaded applications in general up here, and down here you have the best-selling games, or the most popular downloaded games. You have top paid applications on the top paid tab. These are basically applications that people are currently downloading and willing to pay, and they are the most popular of that category. And then you have your top free, which are basically applications that are currently being downloaded and that are popular on the web. The web store is also divided into categories, just like the marketplace. You have a separate category for games and applications, and because the web store is carrier independent, you don't see the third option, which would basically be your carrier's applications. So if you wanted to download those, you would have to go through the marketplace on your phone instead. Both main categories are broken down into further categories, and when you click on those, it takes the right hand side of the screen and divides it into two tabs, your top paid and top free. It's worth noting that unlike the marketplace, there is no just-in tab. Now, I personally think it's a bit of a deterrent to developers who are new to the marketplace in terms of developing and releasing their applications, because they have to compete against applications that have currently been out there for a while. And outside of Twitter and Facebook, it would be pretty hard to get exposure on the marketplace without that just-in tab. So hopefully Google will reconsider putting the just-in tab back in there. At least I would like to see it back in there. If you were to click see more, what it does is it expands that particular category, or it actually expands that tab into a bigger grid, and it will basically show you an excerpt of the application. And if you click on the application, you will see more of the description. You'll see screenshots of the application in work on that phone. You'll see user reviews. You also have a user review tab, which will show you more user reviews. On the left hand side, you see related applications, or if there were more things from the application, more things from the developer, you would actually see more applications from that developer. You see what's new is basically a tab that shows you any adjustments being made, or any software changes being made well, actually, it will show you any adjustments that were made through updates via the developer. And then you have the permissions, which are basically things that the application have access to should you choose to download onto your phone. And on the right hand side, you see other things about the application, like the ratings, when it was updated, the current version, what version of Android it requires, and the categories in. And it's also worth noting that there is a big tweet button right here. Well, not big, but it stands out. And it will basically allow you to spread the gospel through the Twitterverse and appease the fail whale. So essentially, it allows you to basically, through word of mouth, promote that application. On the top right hand side, you may notice something next to my account. It's called My Market Application. My Market Application will allow you to see all the applications that you currently downloaded on the phone. I have about 2 pages worth of applications I've downloaded. And if you click on the Settings tab, it will allow you to see the nickname of the phone on the marketplace, which you can edit by clicking the Edit key. It will allow you to either show or hide that when you choose to download an application. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. And it has various other statistics about the phone as well. Now, when you click on the application and you decide to download it, this is where your nickname would appear. And if you have other phones, you can actually choose which phone you want to download it to. It also, again, shows you the permissions that the application has. If you click install and click OK, what that will enable you to do is basically give it an over-the-air push to your phone. And it will essentially start downloading like it was on the marketplace, which is pretty convenient. Now, it's also worth noting that if you have a rooted phone, that it will not push an application to your phone, so you essentially can't use the app web store. If you have a rooted phone or you have a custom ROM, which Google may actually change that in the future. They may actually allow rooted phones to download things as well, because essentially rooted phones are developer phones, and the Android marketplace was designed to be tweaked with, to be customizable, and essentially be a geek's phone. Now, Google's not exactly against rooting phones, especially the makers, the developers, the manufacturers of the phones. Well, most of them. HTC is actually pretty supportive of the whole rooting thing, but basically developers, well, not developers, makers, manufacturers like Motorola in particular, are pretty much against doing that. But that's essentially it for the marketplace. I personally think it's a great addition and a great asset to the Android operating system, because this basically allows casual users of smartphones or people who are not familiar with the marketplace or find it difficult to navigate the marketplace through something that's more familiar, like their PC, and use a keyboard and a mouse to actually navigate through the marketplace through something that's essentially very familiar to them, which is the website. And as long as the internet's been around, I think most of the people who are tech savvy know how to navigate through a web page. So that was my overview of the Android marketplace. I hope you find this video helpful and informative. My name is Larry Stanfield. I am one of the Philadelphia Android examiners for Examiner.com. And I also happen to be a freelance writer. I am also known as Vince Omega on the web. So if you happen to look for me on YouTube, actually, you'll stumble upon my personal channel. In any event, I wish you well.